Hi there, we're going to try this again. I tried recording a moment ago and it's like I didn't know how to speak. My tongue was all tongue-tied. Um, Mercury retrograde certainly loves messing with my speech all the time. Hello, welcome in. I'm Mary Jo. This is Divine Messenger 717, just in case you're seeing this for the first time or seeing me for the first time. So let's take a look at the March collective energy. I took a look at the astrology, and there are a lot of transits going on this month for sure. But you know, for me, looking at the astrology, it was so hopeful. It was so full of love. A lot of Venus transits. Venus moves into Taurus at the end of the month. A lot of opportunities for relationships and connections to strengthen their bonds. We do have Jupiter. Well, yes, see, Mercury is retrograde. He goes direct on around the 20th, around the spring equinox. We have that. We have the big portal. Expect an uptick in geomagnetic storms because solar flares and geostorms love a good portal, right? We do have the 3/3 portal tomorrow. As I'm recording this, it's the 2nd of March. That brings in also the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. Great time to declutter. Great time to do a ritual of releasing. I love to write things down and burn. Yeah. We have a new moon in Pisces as well. 18th or 19th, depends on where you are. I believe it's the 18th in the Eastern time zone. We also, I noted on that same day, we have the moon conjunct the Neptune and Saturn dance that they're doing together in Aries. And, you know, it just felt like a time where, especially with Jupiter going direct in Cancer this month, Mercury going direct, it felt like that was perfectly positioned for dreams to become a reality, for things to start showing up in your 3D experience. Yeah, I mean, for me, just looking at the astrology, it just felt like a beautiful month, but it's not a quiet month. You know, it's actually, I'm hearing right now, it's going to be a contradiction to what is going on in the outer world. All right, so just put a pin in that. I feel like, as with any month, it depends on how you navigate it. You know, what aspect of yourself, pardon me, your lower self or your higher self, what aspect are you going to move through these energies with? Well, I'll take them. Interesting set of decks that wanted to come out today to play. I don't often use the Wild Harmonic Oracle, but I was asked to use it today with an Archangel Power Tarot and Archangel Michael to finish up the messages. But we have two cards that came out. We have Chaotic Return, this one. We've got Experimental Inquiry. I love the scales here. Right off the bat, I'm hearing how much energy and time you're going to put into something. That might be a very specific message, but I am going to admit, I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to sit with these cards, and I'm going to actually read a little bit out of the book. It doesn't really have much guidance, but he just gives what they were feeling or receiving when they channeled the energies for these messages or these cards. So I will return, hold please. All right, so very, very interesting. The full message I'm getting from these cards combined, not individually, but more as a combined message. This is about, you know, like, where are we going to put our time and energy and effort into? You know, it's okay to try things out, go a little at a time instead of putting everything all our eggs in the basket at once. There's something here about taking our time, having a heart open to try new things and to be new things. You know, we are in this ascension of becoming our highest versions of ourselves. This chaotic return, as soon as I read what it meant in the book, I heard the devil on the shoulder. There's always an energy outside of ourselves that we sometimes we protect ourselves from too much so we don't experience it. And it's necessary that we do experience it, because there's always an energy that doesn't want us to succeed, that doesn't want us to shine. Very, very interesting messages coming through with that. So collectively for March, this is going to be about expansion, in, you know, spiritual expansion, expansion of our gifts, our creativity, our abilities. And it's, you know, we are in the energy of the fire horse, right? And I don't know if you've noticed, but the energy feels like it wants to push me. But my higher self and my body is saying, no, we need to slow down. We need to take this one step at a time. We need to go slowly, because when it's actually time, man, we have got to be well rested to shoot out of that gate, right? I feel like March is the preparation, more of a preparation of getting ready to shoot out of that gate. Divine Feminine here becoming clear with the Two of Swords. Maybe a lot of questions regarding your purpose, your creativity, what you're here to do. But let's take a look at the whole body of messages that want to come through, Spirit. I hope you are all doing well. This weekend's energy, you know, with the global events, you don't have to watch the news to know what's going on. You can feel it. And it's been quite heavy. Today feels significantly lighter. And I keep hearing the word hopeful. So we'll see where that wants to fit in. Well, she certainly wants to come out. The Empress just flipped in the deck. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the Divine Feminine energy in all of it, stepping up, getting ready to be seen in all of her glory. All of her glory. Can't even speak, man. Something's been gestating, and yes, time to get creative, time to start creating. You may have been getting ideas, and during this Mercury retrograde, you may be getting ideas of how to move forward and what your path is, what's trying to unfold on your path. And in March, you're going to be getting more nudges to start taking some action steps. This could be even, first of all, remembering who the hell you are. You know, male or female, it doesn't matter. We all have the feminine energies, yeah? So it's, you know, it's remembering your magic, remembering your power. We also have some good news coming in. Maybe the Divine Feminine or the feminine energy in the collective getting ready to speak and stand out in their power, for sure. This is doing something that you love. Ready to take on any challenge. You remember this card says something about, it's not about being out of balance. It's about being in balance. If you've got to put all your energy into one thing, it remain balanced in it. If you've got to try a few things on, like a Seven of Cups energy, try a few different ways to do something, then it's finding the balance in that. We've got the Strength of three major arcanas and 4 cards. The strange card. Just roll with it, right? Jeez. Strength card. You know, I have been getting Leo for months now, so I'm not quite sure, you know, for me, I feel like I have a new guide coming in, and their name is Leo, but I'm also being pointed toward the Lion's Gate. I don't know if it was last Lion's Gate or this Lion's Gate coming in, but there's just something about Leo that's been haunting me for months now. And it is coming through as a name, so, you know, but I don't know if it has anything to do with Lion's Gate. I want to say March it's gonna take, stepping into your light. It's going to take some courage. I just heard a collective going, I'm not feeling very courageous right now. Well, you know, we are coming out of a time of, you know, if you're in the northern hemisphere, a time of hibernation, a time of super intense cold energy, or cold. See, can't speak. You just laugh with me, okay? Just laugh with me. You know, cold weather. And you know, I can speak for me because I used to have agoraphobia, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so restrictive. And I remember the first time that I went out to the store, I went with someone. My landlady went with me, and I had to go with someone for a good number of years. But even just that, it took so much of my energy to be courageous in that moment, just to get in her car, go down the street, go to the grocery store, which I don't like grocery stores to begin with because of the lights, the smells, the sounds, and everything. As an empath, they're just so much overload. But I remember how much courage I needed to have for that moment. And then the moment when it came that I was doing it on my own. And I'm telling you, it was a very, very long time. I don't know why that's coming up. Maybe somebody needed to hear that because you're experiencing some agoraphobia. If you've been locked in your home because you can't go out because of the weather and the snow that we've had this year, you can get some cabin fever. And I understand that. Just for me, going to work is like, I know I've got to go, and I choose to go, but it's so nerve-wracking. It's because I've been cloistered for so long, right? Somebody needed to hear that. We do have the 3 of Wands coming out here. Manifestation. So we've got 2 cards of manifestation coming out, one right over the other. And so big opportunities to manifest your dreams and your desires this month. I noticed how that just came out really slow motion. But another major arcana. We're all manifesting in a huge quantum shift here. I mean, I know many, I've heard many speaking, and I felt it myself, not quite, you know, gauging exactly what it was, but there has been a timeline shift here within the last few days. And man, we're all entering a new cycle. But what are you manifesting for yourself? What are you creating? What are you hoping for? What are you waiting for? What did you put out to the universe? 3 more cards, Spirit. 7 cards. 5 major arcanas. This is a big month. This is a huge month. And like I said before, it's going to require your discernment of how you are going to maneuver these energies. Are you going to fall down the rabbit hole, or are you going to stand in your power and your sovereignty? We've got a lot. I mean, major arcanas are one thing, but I don't have enough hands. But when you have the High Priestess, the Strength, the Empress, and the Magician, those are powerful cards. Powerful, powerful cards. We'll get it back over here. You don't belong up there. You belong over here. Wow. That's all I got to say. Wow. Psychic abilities, psychic incense. Oh my gosh. Mercury, can you just like loosen the noose a little bit here? Insights and intuitive hits. It's a good month so you don't get caught up in the outer fray, in the chaotic noise that's out there. It's a good month to really stay grounded and to meditate. If you don't have a practice, get one. 5 minutes is all it takes. You've been sensing, the collective has been sensing that this is coming. And I want to say that by the end of the month, your intuition is going to be like, you're going to look back and go like, yeah, I knew this. I knew this was happening. I knew this was coming. Didn't quite know how it was going to get here, but I've been waiting for this. I remember, over the last few years with certain shifts and everything, I'd be like, yeah, I've been waiting for this for a lifetime. So, and that's kind of what it feels. 8 of Pentacles. This is about, by the end of the month, then we're going to be really getting the push to boots to the ground. I'm hearing boots to the ground. We're putting, investing yourself, your time, your energy, your money into yourself, into this glow up, into this new cycle. Really working on ourselves and what we want to create, how we want our personal world and the outer world to look versus what it does look like. And then we've got the 5 of Swords. Of course. Yeah, I feel this is more like discernment. Like you just know that the old cycle is done. It's not for you anymore. This is opening up something very new coming in. I want to take a look at that in a moment, but let's go up and let's take a look at this news coming in with the Page of Gabrielle, the Page of Wands. What is this news? The opportunities to maybe ideas, inspirations. Wow. Lovers. Look at the, I wish you could see this. The lovers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas out of 10 cards. It's not a month to sleep through, folks. You've got a choice. There's a conversation coming in. This could be about love. I did mention that Venus moves into Taurus. Venus loves being in Taurus because Venus rules Taurus. Love, money, beauty, We've got Venus and Taurus right here out of the gate. So if you pay attention to nothing else this month, we do have the spring equinox coming up as well. Yes, I think I mentioned that. But if you focus on nothing else, put your time and energy into that Venus transit, and I believe that it's at the end of the month, although there's a lot of things going on with Venus throughout the month. Venus and Taurus on the 30th. Focus on stability, peace, and financial security. But how it's coming out here, because of how the other transits Venus is going through for the month, is there's a great emphasis on connections, partnerships, relationships, business, love, however it enters your sphere. We do have the Four of Cups coming out. Yeah, with the, clarifying this Page of Wands here with the Lovers, and we've got the Queen of Wands here. So this is just a message coming through that there could be a conversation coming in. Maybe it's even just being clear with yourself in discovering or just admitting to yourself where you're unsatisfied in an area of your life and what direction you can take to move into the highest timeline, because that's where we're moving. We're shifting gears here. Shifting gears. Oh, I like that. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Why is the Five of Swords here? So the card says the situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome and consider taking a more uplifting approach. Five of Swords is about nobody wins. This is about one-upmanship, competition, jealousy, I'm hearing. So with all this incredible energy, there, and I say this so many times, and sometimes I get sick and tired of saying it too, but when we glow up, there are going to be energies that are not happy that we glow up. And there's where this, that devil on the shoulder or the outer energy, the chaotic, return energy comes in here. There are going to be those out there that do not want, that are not, let me just say this. Okay, so a couple things coming through. So yes, there are going to be those out there that are going to be really put off about how we are not walking the same timeline that they're walking, right? Because they're choosing something else, or something that's old, and we're choosing the new. The other thing is, I want you to be very discerning about other people's energies when they speak to you. They could be saying, "Oh, I'm so happy for you," but then your spidey senses, you're spot on here. Your spidey sensors are going, she says, they say, he says that they're happy for me, but why am I feeling that their energy is telling me something else? Pay attention to that. This is where you're going to be able to really see how other people are. Let me just hang on here. Let me see how I want to bring that through. You're going to be able to see how you trigger others' wounds in them, and they could try to lash out at you. It's not fair. If you're leaving a friendship, if you're leaving a job, if you're leaving a partnership, it's not fair. I can't even come up with anything else. It's just they're uncomfortable with how you're glowing up, so they've got to stir the pot a little bit. Okay, what came out over here? Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Ariel. Yeah, we do have the 7 and 8 of Pentacles here. Some of these people may be jealous because you're finally receiving the abundance that you deserve, that things are flowing. Maybe that's what it is. They're seeing how easy things flow for you and it doesn't for them. Because they're attached to the 3D matrix, to the 3D realm, and look at all these, I mean, there's a lot of purple, and then purple is a major arcana in this deck. There's a lot of purple on this table. You're connected with the higher realms, 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th. It doesn't matter, whatever you are vibing at in each given moment. I do want to say that there are going to be some that at first are going to be pissed off and uncomfortable with your growth, but I feel like Spirit uses it for an opportunity to show them, hey, look, you can have this too. If you put the time and the energy and the effort into it, you're all open to these opportunities. So that person or that group of people will have to follow their own guidance. But for you and for the collective here, we have planted some very deep seeds. This could be going back 7-8 years ago. I've got the 7-8 of Pentacles here. That maybe something, a dream was put on the back burner here, and now things start coming forward for you. And because, in that time, yeah, you weren't sitting around waiting with your hand on your ass, but you were just living your life. But I feel like whoever and whatever this is like they got comfortable with you being in that wait mode, and now that you're expanding and you're moving forward and leveling up, it just leaves them very uncomfortable. But I do want to say, even for them, you've planted seeds. You could be the one who is just there to plant seeds for them, and they want you to do their work for you. That's for someone. But this is where, by the end of the month, we're gonna start seeing some really tangible evidence of the work that we've put in, and the astrology supports that. With mainly toward the end of the month, the energy planetary shifts do support that, with bringing things into reality, with a lot of the Saturn, Neptune, bringing your dreams into reality. The new moon in Pisces, setting intentions to bring dreams into this sphere. So that word seems to be the word of the day, sphere. It's not something I say very often, but I'm noticing it's coming out of my mouth. So maybe a different way of looking at this dimension. For some, I don't know. Where do we want to go here, Spirit? I mean, I don't have a great deal of questions about this. It's very clear, the Venus and Taurus energy, the divine feminine energy within all of us, choosing where to take action, where not to take action, choosing and being very tuned into when we're being given the opportunity to make a choice to get out of some stagnation or something that's been delayed here. Three of Wands could be 3 months or 3 weeks rather. So, we have 4 weeks to the month. So by the end of the month, maybe by the middle of the month, let's take a look at the Three of Wands. By the middle of the month, you've made some great plans, some very wise plans, and you stayed optimistic no matter how difficult it was. Yes. So for many of you, this could be learning something new, maybe going back to school. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be something small. Maybe it's reading a book that really gives you some guidance for the next direction that you're moving into. But I do want to say, by the middle of the month, we're going to start seeing the plink, plink, plink. We're going to start seeing the tangibility of what we've planted and what we've worked very hard on start coming into the material realm. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, some really seeing ourselves uh, as abundant manifestors. You know, for many, this is going to be money starting, abundance starting to flow back in, especially when Jupiter goes direct in Cancer. It's just, Jupiter is it's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be a kid in a candy store. It's going to be like ready to go, man. It has been really chomping at the bit for the last while here. And yeah, it's time to expand, time to put our money where our mouth is, time to reap the benefits from all the hard work that we've done on ourselves. Yeah, love this. This card says Epiphany. This is the Hermit card. I see, because of the joy, I'm feeling this joy. It says joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. Again, another nod to meditation. If, like I said, if you don't have a practice, do it. I did something new today because it was suggested to me yesterday, and I was really surprised at what poured out of me and how I just got lost in that process. And it was a totally unexpected, and it just, I was expecting to sit down there maybe for 5 minutes, and I got another 5 minutes. I got another few 5 to 8 minutes, and didn't realize I was there for that that length of time. But it was, gosh, by the end I was crying tears of joy and such sweet release, because I it's just not a practice that I had done before, right? So there's some wisdom. This is like putting, like I said, putting your money where your mouth is. I don't like that phrase for a spiritual reading, but this is where we're gonna start really being given opportunities. I feel like they're gonna start slow, but they're gonna pile up if we're not careful. They're gonna pile up if we're not careful. But it's like taking a look at all the opportunities and trying each one of them, seeing what you can glean from them. It's not saying no, it's just saying, okay, let me take a look at that. Like that practice I did. I mean, I've never done something like that. And I tried it, and I was like, whether it brings anything in, my gosh, what it emptied out of me, that was the gift. That was the abundance, right? But there is just so much spiritual growth this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcanas. I love it. I love it because it makes it exciting. Major arcanas, as if you know tarot, which I hope you do if you're watching my channel, that their life experiences, these are shifts, these are cycles, these are transformations, these are growth, these are manifestations, these are it's our intuition, their decisions, and all the other lower minor arcana cards, those are just the people, the places, the thoughts, the feelings, the actions that we take. But these are big things coming in this month. Big things. I'm going to repeat what I said twice already. How you navigate it is going to be so important. Okay? It's the same with any month, but especially months like this that have a lot of big shifts and big moves. I mean, the world is undergoing its own transformation right now, yeah? So let's take a look at the world. Just what else does it want to say to us? Something is coming full circle. So in the world here says spiritual growth and insight, and then we've got the joy through spiritual growth with the Hermit card. Clarity, truth, discernment. by the middle to the end of the month, you're going to know where to put your money. You're going to know where to put your time and your energy. You're going to know what direction you're moving in. So if right now you're sitting there going, I have no idea what my purpose is. I have no idea what I'm here to do right now. And you're thinking you've got to make a decision. You don't have to make a decision. You just stay, the decision that to make is to stay in your heart space and not in your head. Because that's where you're going to hear the clear directive, right? The world is seeing a lot of truth right now. But I'm going to tell you that truth is going to set everyone free. It's how you navigate it. It's just the strong pounding message in the back of my field here is it's how you navigate it. What are you going to put your time and energy into? What are you going to put your effort into? Where are you going to put your resources? How are you going to build your resources? We're building a new world here. We're building our future, which, you know, the greatest currency is going to be our energy. The greatest currency is love, is it not? You know, our intuition is going to guide us more and more and more. I feel like this month, everyone's intuition is just going to be so more spot on than it's been in a really long time. The Lovers card is speaking to me, so let me see what it wants to say here. Talk to me about the decision here. Four of Pentacles. What to hold on to, what to release. Yes. Yes. Ace of Pentacles and the Star. Dreams hitting reality. In order for that to happen, we have to loosen our grip. You know, traditionally the Four of Pentacles has this guy or this woman, miser, holding on to all their money because they're afraid they're going to lose it. Well, and then in doing that, they don't even spend it for what they need, right? And so I do want to say, yes, be very clear on where you're putting your money. I'm not going to get into global events. I'm not concerned about that for me because it's not part of my path to be in that manner. But our dreams, our hopes, our wishes, once we release what we've been holding on to in the 3D, that could be decluttering the house. That could be going through, I went through yesterday and I threw out some canned goods and some box goods. You know, I don't have many on hand, but what I had was outdated and threw them out. Some people would say, well, no, that's still good. My higher self said, in the bin it goes, right? So it could be cleaning out your cupboards, cleaning out your refrigerator, your drawer. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be something small that just helps shift the energy in your space. Because of the Pentacles, it's something physical. It's something in your space. It's also energy, clearing your energy. You know, do a chakra cleanse, do an aura cleanse. You know, meditation. You know, pop in the headphones at night and go to sleep and let it play, right? But this is where our dreams, our hopes land in the reality that we're in the reality that we're creating, the reality that we want to create something very tangible, something that you can hold and touch. I want to say our physical realities are going to shift significantly this month for many. You know, the decision that, you know, clarifying the Lovers, the decision, staying in the heart space keeps hope alive. It keeps the energy flowing, keeps us in a higher vibration so the abundance can flow in. And again, abundance can be financial. It could be in many different forms, you know, abundant health, love, you know what I mean? So but I just want to reiterate, this card, the star says, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. We do have the world card here. That is an ending to, an old cycle. That old cycle could have been difficult. It is going to take great strength to stay in hope, especially with what's going on out there, right? It is going to take great strength to stay in our heart space. And we know that. We've been on this journey because that lower energy here, that chaotic energy, likes to pull us off course or think it's pulling us off course, right? Believe in yourself, trust your intuition, trust that you are the great manifester of your life, of your world, your own personal world. And what you create in your own personal world ripples out to everyone else. You have planted great seeds, you've done great work on yourself, and I feel like this is the month, especially since Jupiter is going direct. That's huge. That's really huge, in the Venus and Taurus. I feel like for those of you who have felt um, a tightening on the purse strings the last couple months, especially February, March is going to loosen that up and open it up for you, and abundance flowing in, and just dreams landing in the reality that you're in. I don't think there's anything else there. I love that. Let's get a final message from Archangel Michael's. Archangel Michael's Oracle. Jeez. Just being real with Mary Jo, yeah? Okay. Silliness all aside. I am going to be doing, so just side note here, I've got some decks that I'm getting rid of. They're some are a little lesser known decks, but I don't use them. I don't even resonate with them, and it's my addiction. One of my addictions is my decks, quite a few of them. But so I will be doing some readings with those decks, and I will mention it if you like the deck and you would like the deck. It's yours. It's a gift. So there's not many, but keep your eye out for those videos. Yeah. Archangel Michael, you're on the right path. In case you didn't know it, and I gotta say, so like if you have been in this energy, this Four of Cups energy of stagnation, of things aren't moving, or the old patterns or old versions of life are showing up. Maybe that is lack. Where things, the purse was tight, but everything was purposeful. You are always on the right path. I know it can feel like we're not from time to time, but my goodness, they just flew right on out. But we are always on the right path. Be gentle with yourself. What is going on here? Make sure you're ground, make sure you're hydrating, a lot of chlorophyll water, a lot of purified water, a lot of ionized water. And when you feel like you've got to go, that's actually the time when you've got to sit and rest. Don't allow the energies to push you way past your boundary, right? Pay attention to your dreams. I don't think I've gotten that card out before. If I have, it's maybe once or twice, but it's like I don't even recognize it. I'm gonna read it actually. It says, "Thank you for tucking me into bed tonight and helping me enjoy a wonderfully restful night's sleep. Archangel Michael, I invite you into my dreams as my teacher, guide, and healer. Please allow me to understand this and describe your specific situation on a spiritual level and give me guidance. I'm going to repeat our dreams are about to become reality here. What was the dream? What was the wish that you put out to the universe? What did you ask the universe for that you've been working toward, waiting on, whatever? Pay attention, because those dreams may not be manifesting in the exact form and manner that you had hoped or wanted, but my goodness, they are coming through. Focus upon divine and perfect health. Take care of yourself. That goes along with the be gentle with yourself. And I've got 2 more I'm hearing. A lot of messages from Archangel Michael. We'll take them. What are the final guidance messages, please? Okay. Forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. It's for those working through some grief, quite possibly. This is your life's purpose. Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. So it doesn't have to be career, but just whatever your mission is here, ask Archangel Michael for the help. And I got a third one that just kind of landed on my wrist like that. So I'm going to take it. It says, believe and trust. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence, because this month we are going to need it. Moving forward, we are going to need it. Especially those of you who know that you are about to glow like you've never glown before. I'm making a word up. All right. That is it. I'm going to leave it there. Wow. Love the major arcana all over the table here. It's exciting to see where we're all moving. Holding each other's hands, guiding each other through, letting each other go to do what we've got to do on our own, but never leaving the heart, right? So, yeah, I don't feel like there's any other messages. I feel like they just want me to keep repeating these messages. So it's like Spirit just wants us to be not drilled into us, but want to make sure that it just really sinks in. You know, the Ace of Pentacles, the penny drops, it kind of sinks right in into this, you know, not just the field, but the mind and the body and everything. So, yeah, that's it. I can keep talking. You know that, I can keep talking. Thank you for joining me. I love you. I will see you on the other side. And if you are interested in a private reading, check out the email in the description box below and reach out, and I'd be happy to do that for you. I love you again, always, and take care.